What's up, guys? I'm back. Just restarted the game here. Got rid of that nearest fill level indicator. Thanks a mile along. Now we got a true view of our bushels per acre. And our game isn't kind of doing its weird laggy thing anymore. Oh, Jake. It's called, Golden Valley. None ya business. So I can tell you right now, this is not 209 bushel an acre corn. Well, I guess we'll find out actually when I do the calculations, but I'm pretty sure it's going to come in around 175, 180. So maybe the the area it's using to calculate that isn't. Maybe it's too big or something. I don't know. Do you mod for console? You know, I have a PS4. It's okay. It's kind of nice. You know, the thing I hate about it is the analog sticks as my fingers keep slipping off. It's like the plastic they use on that or the rubber or whatever the hell it is. It's not grippy. It's like still slippery. So I gotta find out where my grain card is here. Where are you? So let's request a driver. Milking cows with the old Wii controller. Oh my god. Is this guy gonna find our combine? Traveling to waypoint. No. Yeah, it'd be cool if you could drive ambulances and put out fires. Fire rescue. Be cool if you did, man. Be cool if you could drive around and pretend to be a cop and pull people over too. Be real awesome. Finally my mouse is charged. I can get it off its chain. Such a great feeling. You know, this 370R, I could probably get an 8400R that might pull this card a little tad bit better, but maybe not. It's a little bit lighter of a vehicle. I mean, 1100 bushel cart, it's a pretty decent sized cart, especially when you're trying to drive up hills and shit when it's loaded. Just gonna empty into this thing and send it on its way. There goes another cart. I think we only need to get one more full one and we'll be at our goal, I'm pretty sure. Yeah, I'll finish this field in this stream for sure. Lincoln Crete's flat though. Shouldn't have any problems pulling it on Lincoln Crete. Yeah, you could definitely pull this thing with an 8R, like a 8360 or something like that. .370, 400. Definitely don't need a 9R on this card, but it is nice. Who knows? Maybe we'll trade that thing in and get an 8R to pull our equipment with. We really don't need it. Maybe, we can try it out for a season. 8R will probably be a little bit cheaper. This farm in real life, they have an 8R. They don't have any 9Rs that I am aware of. They use an 8-row head and a 16-row planter. They don't have a grain cart. They have grain wagons, 2 of them. A little grain train. But in this map, some of our fields, especially field 12, those hills, it takes a lot to get that thing going when it's loaded. When the course blade tends to stop on the upslope. Yeah, that is true. You're up quite a bit higher there in the 9Rs. Probably see over the semi, see what you're doing. Oh boy. The can of worms has been opened. Oh, the man, the myth, the legend makes an appearance. Keep it PG, boys. Keep it PG. Get a room. Get your own chat room. Oh, wow, the grain cart made it past the irrigation. It's kind of a shocker, actually. Give me your mods. This guy's for sure gonna run into us. I know it. I know it. It's gonna do it. Don't do it. Might as well take some pictures while I'm down here. I don't really like this angle. I like when I'm coming back the other way. This map is private. And it's not even close to being finished. Still a lot of corn here. I definitely think we're going to exceed our 55,000 bushel goal. There's a lot more corn in this field than I thought there was. I think Big Tractor Power, they pulled their 1100 Kinseys with like, what, 450s or 470s? They don't mess around. So I really hope we get a great demand for corn this winter, because there's a lot of things I kind of want to upgrade. I want to upgrade this corn header, upgrade our planter, upgrade these wheels to tracks, pick up some more ground, pay off some of the loans. What else? Maybe upgrade our 9R. Trade that into 8R. I don't know. Well, it's kind of the last thing. Well, thanks, Jake. Thanks for your support. Anyways, I don't think the price of corn can get any lower than it. Kind of what it is. Me too. The grid system, I'm not a fan of it. I really don't think they'll update the grid system of crops and things. I think if they were gonna do that, they would do that when they like change the, to like a dynamic terrain or something like that. Because I feel like you wouldn't be able to use that grid pattern. I don't know. I think cattle and crops is still kind of a grid pattern, but in terms of a game engine, it's still pretty primitive compared to like a lot of the games out there. So I wanted him to stop because I'm gonna have him kind of turn around here. Yeah, what I don't understand is the multi-terrain angles works for like your plow and shit, but your planter doesn't do the same thing. So why can't they just kind of implement what they're using for their soil and terrain and use that with the crops? You know? I can't imagine they're that different in how they have it, because I mean it works with the soil. Why doesn't it work with the fruits? Because when Giants does their survey, what would you like to see in the next game? The multi-terrain angles and stuff like that. That's on the wish list, and I know they've seen it because they're implementing a lot of the other stuff that people have been wanting. Oh shit, he's gone? No! I thought we stopped him in time. Guess not. Yeah, there is weed control in 19. That's been confirmed. It's probably not going to be all that complex, but you're going to have to take a cultivator or something out in your field to weed. You can't spray them, as far as I know. Sounds like they kind of have to be manually or physically removed with a cultivator or something. Durr. John Durr. They better make some John Deere lawnmowers for all those lawn mowing companies out there in the farm sim community. Otherwise, they're gonna be pissed. Oh, you can spray the weeds. Well, that's great. Wonderful. You're doing terrific. You know what sucks for Giants is they have so many vehicles and shit in their game now that any kind of changes or improvements they need to do is they need to make that change to every single vehicle. Yeah, I definitely don't think lime supplements plowing um, at all. I definitely think there's kind of a lot of rumors going on out there because they haven't really officially released a whole lot. Um, so I'm kind of just sticking with what I know Giants has confirmed, and I'm not really going to speculate on anything else because it doesn't make sense to. I'm sure over the next couple months they're gonna, do some teaser videos and images and things like that. But slowly they're kind of getting into a more of a soil mod. Needing some weeds, some lime. Now they just need to work on the pesticides and fungicides. Yeah, I'm not what sure GMK is, to be honest. So I'm gonna make sure this guy doesn't run into our irrigation unit again. Yeah, there used to be a manure mod like that. I just hope they treat lime and whatever different than fertilizer, where it's kind of you need to do that, kind of like the periodic plowing they have now. Like you need to add this for a better yield. Without it, your yield goes down, even if you have all of your fertilizer and it's plowed, kind of thing. Or if it's like kind of like the plowing thing. It needs this field needs lime because it's getting acidic or whatever it is. Oh yeah, they're definitely gonna milk the shit out of the gameplay videos and everything. They're gonna really hype this game up. They want people excited to pre-order it and buy it. Yeah, who knows? Maybe the Euro stuff will be selectable. That's kind of a no-brainer. Surprised it wasn't in this one. But since everything's kind of configurable now, and they're really pushing the whole dealership displays and configurations. I wouldn't be surprised if you can get a U.S. version or European version, or depending on what, maybe it's like where you playing, North American or European, and it only gives you that kind of brand of equipment. There's a lot of questions. One thing's for sure is, it's going to be a better game than 17. I think it's going to be hard to leave 17 for 19 right away. Until, mods get converted over and things like that and they fix the bugs. I think it'll be a fun game to play kind of as a bare bones, just with stock equipment and, some script mods that they post on the, Giants website you can download. But it sounds like MP, the multiplayer experience will be quite a bit better. Apparently you can buy navigation meshes or something and move them around, which is bizarre. I'm not real sure how that will work. Anyways, I'm glad there's some smart people working for the company now that are developing it, like the guy that made the Seasons mod. Hired as a developer there, not to implement Seasons, but to, fix their shit, essentially. We're hiring you because you appear to know what you're doing and we need help. Oh yeah, GPS integrated, that would be great. I mean, for how much we use the GPS mod. And, honestly, it's required with the whole grid pattern number block thing, because it's totally messed up. You can't do it by eyeballing it. I'm not familiar on how you start the game. Are you talking about like the difficulty? They're mentioning how they're changing that. I guess we'll all have to wait till the end of November to really, experience it here. You know, if this was 19, I could buy this beef farm that isn't built yet, and I could be doing some beef. You know, I do like that idea where you're buying, sections of land instead of individual fields and buying farms. I do like that. Although, that's pretty realistic, but although you can still, buy individual fields as well. But I wonder how that's going to work with the field. You know how you buy fields now with the boundaries and how it's kind of a pain in the ass in GE to do that? I wonder how that's going to work. Because I think you kind of still need that for the hired worker, perhaps. Yeah, I think that makes more sense. Give us the option to start with equipment and stuff, or just the land and money and build whatever you want. I think it'll be pretty cool. Um, so it'll be interesting to see how things work with the GE. I'm assuming a lot of the things will be placeable, so maybe we'll be able to do a lot more placeable buildings. Because right now the placeable feature just is not good. Um, But at the same time, it's a lot easier to make an individual shed with like the windows and doors and lights and stuff. Instead of trying to add that to your animations XML, it's just really annoying. Like a steering wheel, yeah, I wouldn't mind a steering wheel. The only issue is I don't want to like keep taking it on and off my desk. If I leave it on, I won't be able to put my chair in. That will kind of bug me. And I don't know. I kind of like the keyboard and mouse, honestly. Been using it for so long that it might be hard for me to change. And there really isn't that great of like a wheel, pedal, and then console combination for this game. There's just really nothing out there that I'm, really excited to get. So that Satec wheel, had potential, but the quality of it was so poor that I never got it. It's a good idea though. But I also saw some pictures of them explaining the fill volume, and I think they're going to be improving that, so it's a lot more dynamic, and it's going to be dynamic in multiplayer and things like that. So they're finally, looks like they're getting around to really optimizing the whole fill volume shape thing. Um, Not that that really bugged me or anything, but, there's a lot of other issues that are kind of more of a priority than that. But if it's easy to fix, fix it and move on, I guess. The one thing that kind of always bothered me is if I buy a piece of tillage equipment or a planter or things like that, they never broke down, they never wore out. You don't need to, even right now, you don't need to repair it. It's only these things that you can drive with engines that you need to repair. So the way I understand it is, all equipment now in 19 will kind of wear down. Paint, the paint will kind of look shittier, which will be interesting how that works. So like if you buy a plow or your tillage equipment, you're gonna run it a couple seasons and you're gonna have to trade it in or fix it or you can only fix it so many times until you can't fix it anymore. I don't know, but I like the idea of, you're gonna have to keep rotating your equipment. Um, so there's a reason why you need to keep making money because, a couple seasons down the road, you're gonna have to trade that thing in and get a new piece of equipment. So that's pretty cool. I like that idea. Um, that's one thing that is just one step closer to being a little bit more realistic and rotating your equipment every couple seasons. I think that was a great idea, and I'm surprised they kind of implemented it, kind of just out of nowhere. Because they kind of have something similar to that right now. Is you have to repair your equipment because as it gets older and older, the daily maintenance gets more and more expensive. It's more expensive to own, but it's such a primitive thing that it makes sense that paint's gonna wear off and you're gonna have to. Let's go ahead and stop this guy. The crop destruction should be like this to begin with, where it tramples your harvested crops. That's how everyone wants it. So I don't think this cart will get to 100%, but it'll be, mid-high 90s, I think. 98%. I'll take it, I guess. Alright, so that guy is empty. Great. Country boy with the subscribe. Nice. It's a nice thing about the OBS is you can kind of see that stuff when it happens. 1:30 in the morning. Damn, boy. It's 9:30 in the morning here. Oh, we have 2 more passes over on this side. Oh wow, he's just making it to the overload point now. Interesting. guy almost smoked that telephone pole. So let's see what our total's up to. Oh, we've officially broken our 55,000 bushel goal. Corn price is trash, so that's great. Good news. Alright. Last little pass on this section, and then we'll just probably open up this small one. Getting pretty close to being done with harvest. We met our goal. In fact, we're probably going to be 1,000, maybe 2,000 bushel over it, which is great. And then we're going to have to kind of figure out what the yield is. You know, it says we're at 209 bushel an acre, but I guarantee that's not even close. It's got to be 30 bushel over. You should make a 612C and send it to me and I'll use it. How about that? You know John Deere's gonna have a couple corn heads in the next game here, so I wouldn't waste my time modeling anything John Deere. You know they're gonna have the ADA. You know there's gonna be the 9. You know there's gonna be the S series combines. There's obviously gonna be a chopper, a Deere chopper, because that's huge over there. The only downside with Giants is the way they do their textures. Everything looks kind of cartoony. Super glossy, just doesn't look sharp. But they have been starting to add a lot of geometry detail into the mods instead of relying on Photoshop. So I guess we'll see. So do we go down the middle on this thing? We'll just kind of do the outside passes. No need to ream it. Wrong there, buddy, but yep, they're adding cotton to the game. It's, they are. I need an apostrophe. Oh wow, looks like our GPS line's a little off here from our Horseplay headline. No, it's a private map. So unfortunately, our headland didn't really line up with our GPS Corsair. Oh, looks like this guy's heading out. He's at 90%. Special something for 20K? What do you mean? Yeah, how about more videos? Life out here in the country with the subscribe. I'll do something special at 1,000,000 subscribers. How about that? the green card. Last couple passes, boys and girls. Let's get some different music on here. Yes, I made the map. Indeed. This farm I never got around to kind of working on. Might get around to it. Might not. Oh well. It's not a functional farm anyways, it's just kind of there for decoration. is all big pasture, so it'd be a pain in the ass to do a lot of fences there, but I probably should. Kern for days, Kern and more Kern. What do we have? 2 more passes or something like that? Maybe? Just get down there. Music sounds really bizarre. We're gonna go ahead and change that. Next. Next. Let's get past the orchestral. Thanks, Mason. Some people like them, some people don't. That's okay. Yeah. Courseplay is a little confusing at first, but I think there's, tutorials out there. There's tutorials on the Courseplay website, but also I'm guessing YouTube. And if you watch my videos enough, you'll see me set up courses and things like that. Just kind of watch what I'm doing. It is a complex mod, obviously, so you kind of have to use your brain to use it. But once you kind of get the hang of it, it's pretty straightforward. X is beast, indeed it is. Initially, I didn't really like the new 9Rs and 9RXs, but I didn't like it when the steel tank, those big steel tanks. I did like them with the poly tanks. They looked quite a bit better. Multiplayer is fun. I think 19 multiplayer will be a lot better. But the issue is with multiplayer and you have a server is you can't use Courseplay, and then when you want to play, a lot of people's schedules don't really line up, so you kind of end up being a single player without Courseplay for the most part. So that's kind of why I like the single players. You always have as much help as you need. But I definitely think when you're doing multiplayer with a couple people, it's a lot more enjoyable that way, especially if you have like the TeamSpeak or Discord going. Well, thanks for the subscribe there, Mason. Yeah, I mean, based on how many views my videos get, I should have a lot more subscribers than what I do. Not that I'm complaining or anything, it's just kind of, the numbers don't really kind of add up. Stop this guy and get him when I come back around. So we are about to start our last pass of corn and our last pass for the season. And I thought this day would never come. I feel like we've been in this field for days. I wouldn't be surprised if we have 15 hours, 20 hours harvesting this field. It's not that big of a field, but it sure takes a while with a small corn head. So I think we're going to try out a 12 row this next season. As we bring our combine in to get service, we'll probably trade in our 8 row head and get a 12 row. We'll go from there. So this should pretty much top out our grain cart, the rest of this corn, and I think we're gonna kind of blow past our 55,000 bushel goal here. I'm actually gonna stop this guy, and I'm gonna come back and empty, and we'll send him on his way. So we have 40 hours on this combine, and we just got it this season, so we have a little over 40 hours of harvesting. Pretty wouldn't be the word I would use to describe the map. So 40 hours of harvesting, not too bad. About 650, upper 600 acres, I think, is what we ended up with here. Yeah, I like the developer version of Courseplay. It just just makes sense. A lot of new features in there, and a lot of the bugs are fixed with it. And bam! Just like that, boys and girls, we are done harvesting. I never thought this day would actually come. 40 hours, start to finish. So we're gonna unload this into our grain cart here and then send them back to the old farm. Okay. Man, I'm exhausted. So we're gonna empty out this semi here. I'm not gonna look at what our final grain total is until we empty that cart in here. Yeah, unfortunately we can't chisel plow. We got all the fields chisel plowed that we needed to. We're just gonna let this this cornfield just kind of sit here over winter, and then we'll come in and run it over with a disc. Ground's frozen, so we can't really do much. Hopefully this whole combine will fit in this cart and we don't have to worry about it, which it kind of looks like it will. Can we fold this with a pipe out? No, we can't fold it because it has corn in it. What was I thinking? So what do we do now? Now we kind of wait. We'll probably wash our equipment, refuel it. Things are going to start needing maintenance. We're going to need to trade shit in here. Nightbot, Nightbot took down Dylan. Oh, there's more where that came from. So we're gonna send this dude home. We're gonna kind of haul ass across the field here. Oh wait, there's 15 bushel left. Start drivers. Send home. Send home. So we're actually gonna have to drive this thing back to the farm anyways. Didn't fit all the grain in. So this will be probably our last season with the 8-row. We're gonna try to upgrade to that Capella 12-row. So we got snow coming in 3 days, it looks like. So we gotta try to get as much done around the yard. Wash this equipment, park things. This thing could use a splash of fuel. So we're just gonna let this thing chill here. $40, yep, that's dedication, but you know, I gotta do what you gotta do, right? So this guy's coming in. This thing's a little picky. Alright, I'm gonna guess we're at 57,000 bushels of corn. That's my guess. Once this cart empties out here, we'll be able to empty it into our silos and our dryer and oh, looks like our deer is finally full of fuel. Gonna empty this thing. Hop back in our 9R. And we're gonna drive it over to our power washer, hose this thing off. We gotta get a lot of the stuff figured out where we're gonna park a lot of it. We'll probably park the combine in there. Gotta love this beautiful Kinsey blue. It's my favorite color of all the equipment. I think we're gonna park this bad boy back in the shed over here. So our planter's in there. So that means we'll put the sprayer in there instead. We'll drive this thing in this shop, get it out of the way since I apparently parked my planter back there. That means we can go 24.50 in fuel costs. See if we can park this thing in this shed too. Hopefully there's enough room. I think there should be if we drop the header. We sticking our pipe out this there. Well, it fits. That means we're gonna go ahead and put this sprayer. This thing's ready to go for spring. I'm gonna have to disagree with you, Matt. I think it's pretty much spot on here. Matches the rest of my John Deere. In fact, it matches perfectly. Alright. So this is done. Gonna have to move this. Leave our disc out there. Alright, so we're gonna have to move this truck until we can figure out what we're doing with our grain site. And we're gonna refuel. Gonna park our overloader here. We're just gonna park this guy here. Alright. Nope, I think I'm pretty happy with my John Deere green. Alright, so now we gotta figure out how in the hell we're gonna unload. Let's put our pipe up here. That collision's a little funny. Alright. So where are we gonna have our trucks? I think there might be an unload trigger right at this one actually. Always acts a little funny now. I had to make the collision on this thing really small so the truck doesn't have an issue when it drives over it. Alright, see what this does. It says unload here. What the hell am I listening to? Okay, so that's done. This guy's parked. I may need to modify the trigger here a little bit. See if we can move this thing. I'm sure we can probably lower this thing a little bit. We'll call it a day with that. Alright, what else do we need to do here? Alright, so drum roll. 5864. Damn! Let's do a quick save. Let's kind of tab out of this thing. I kind of want to see what my yield is. Let's go to Osceola. So the total is, okay, let's figure it out here. We have 58643, okay. Minus 16044, minus 1236, minus 3884. Minus 6528, and that gives us 30951. Oh, you know what? That yield was pretty darn close. Our yield average in that, so the yield average in that field we just harvested was 206. The yield average in that field was 206. So we got a really good yield there. And 206 bushel an acre in that last field. So that yield calculator was pretty close. It was saying we're averaging 209 and we averaged 206 in that whole field. So pretty happy with that. Can't complain. Hopefully we can kind of get similar yields next season. Now that a lot of our fields are plowed here. So I'm actually going to get rid of this little auger here. Because I really don't think I'm going to be using it anymore. Sell it, get rid of it. Okay, we're done with that. So now what we're going to do is we're going to kind of fast forward time here. Great demand for straw. Okay, not corn. We lost loan interest, sold vehicles. Okay. Alright, so let's kind of fast forward time again a little bit here. And it's officially winter. It's time for forestry and plowing snow. Okay, well. Wait, how am I 50,000 loan interest? Damn. We need money in like a bad way here. I wonder why it charged me 50,000 in loan interest. See if it does it again. did it again. Alright, so I'm gonna, save the game here, call it a day on the live stream because it's been 2 hours. Price for soybean and corn is going up. I like this.